What's up, you guys?
What's
Welcome
up,
back to
y'all?
our channel, Totally Tate.
Tate.
I'm Joshua.
I'm Crystal, and if you are new here, welcome.
Welcome, you guys.
Thank you. We're so glad to have you here.
Yes. But before we get into this video, you guys, look, y'all, we hit 10,000 subscribers, you guys, and we are so excited.
Let's go.
We're beyond happy, you guys.
Grateful.
And we just want to say thank you to everyone who are supporting us,
so
everyone
much.
who are new to our channel and joining in. We just thank y'all so much. And today we got a good topic. I think is going to be really good, but it's something that is dear to us, you guys.
Yes, and that topic is our reality on starting a family young. At a young age, we decided to, start a family after we prayed about it and all the things. And some stuff happened along the lines. And so we want to share just a little bit about how the ins and outs of starting a family at a young age.
Yeah, and y'all, we gonna make a disclaimer right from the very beginning, y'all. We love our family. We love our children. We love each other. But it has been some times where, it's ups and downs. We made some mistakes, you guys. Yeah, we made some mistakes that we think could have been avoided if we just didn't choose to start our family at a young age. But don't get me wrong, starting a family at a young age, it's not bad. It's not bad. Or I wouldn't even say it's good or bad. To each is its own. We just decided to start a family at a young age, and here's our experience. So, hey, if you're starting a family right now, you're thinking about starting a family, this may benefit you as we share some of our experiences.
Yes, and one of the goods, we're going to talk about a little bit of the goods first, but one of the good things is just the fact of actually just having a family.
Yeah.
I feel like that is so huge. It's oh my gosh, I have my husband, my awesome, amazing husband, and then I have my beautiful children, and it's just oh my goodness, you feel the love. Seriously, the house, even though it's loud a lot, it's so rewarding. We said in our last video, it's just so beautiful to have a family. It's so beautiful to create these experiences together and watch your children just grow and learn and explore and be able to create traditions together. So I feel like that's one of the major things, just having a family itself.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Having your first child, it completes you.
It does.
And, to a certain extent,
oh my goodness.
It's it brings that completeness to the family. We were able to join together and create a child. And that's one thing, in the Bible, how it talks about be fruitful and multiply. It's just a real blessing to be able to start a family. It's a joy having a family, because it's even just having kids, like you said it in our last video. Having children is a blessing from the Lord. And it is because in our experience, our children have brought us so much joy. And so I love that I started a family young, because the joy that I have just from my kids, the happiness that I have from my kids, it's so great. It's so great.
Yeah, exactly. And another good thing for me starting a family young, when I was young, I was I don't want to be an older mom. I'm gonna just say I don't want to be an older mom. I don't have kids after a certain age, and so I had kids at I started having children at 21, so it's just hey, I did get that out the way. And I don't have to worry about it in my older ages while I'm trying to do other things.
But man, I agree with that too. I do love the fact that I did start having my kids at a young age, because I am so mature. I'm so mature.
Seriously.
At the age that I am, 25 years old, I'm not I hear this all the time from a lot of people.
Yeah.
Even me and Crystal, it ain't just me, but it's we are so mature. And the reason why we're so mature is because we really had to grow up so fast, and that's because we started a family at a young age. We had to grow up. It was bro, you ain't a little boy no more. You got to be a man, dog. You got to be a father. And so I had to grow up, and so I am proud that hey, when me and Crystal starting a family young, we are very mature for our age, and what even goes in specifically to our family. Our first child had a special needs condition.
Yeah, so we really had to.
So yeah, we really we had to tighten up on things, and everything was this for a long time, because we didn't have time to play around. We didn't have time, to figure things out per se. We had to get to going. We was moving and moving, and so we matured that, y'all. And so I can say, you know, starting a family young with having the right mindset, right, with having the right heart and things. Like, I think, you know, it's a great way to mature faster because we did.
Yes, we absolutely did. We grew up in all this, like, fast, just like you said. So, but of course, there's always the meds to the goods.
Yeah, it's always some negatives.
There's always some negatives. So for us, I feel like one of the things is that we just were not ready. Like, we were not ready. We didn't have a whole bunch of knowledge in the fact of all the little details of what it means to have a family.
Yeah.
We saw the big picture. We saw like husband, wife, and child.
Yeah, we had an idea.
Yeah, we had an idea, but we didn't know all the nicks and crannies of parenthood and family. We didn't know all of those things. So I would say we weren't ready and we weren't like knowledgeable.
Yeah, I'll definitely agree. I feel like looking back, right? I feel like, man, like we were not ready. Like we wasn't ready to start a family the way that we want.
True.
You know, because I mean, we can look at our life and we can look back. Like, yeah, we probably wasn't ready, but we've learned a lot. But then it's just like at the same time, it's like I don't think people could ever be perfect. You know,
True.
It's like people will wait for the right time, and you know, it's not true for everything, but it's like for some stuff you just like it won't be no perfect time. It won't be no right time. You just have to do it. And that was one of our desires, to have a family, and so we wasn't like ready per se. Even with the finances, like that plays a big part into life. You know, finances play a huge part into life, and I wasn't ready financially. I didn't have the mindset. Even Crystal, like back then, like where we are today, as far as knowing what we know about finances and all of that, you know, insurance and being, you know, trying to be on this journey of, you know, financial freedom and generational wealth. Like you don't necessarily have to think about generational wealth when you don't have a family, right? Because it's just you. You don't have to think about all these different insurance things, all these different financial things when it's just you, because it's like, hey, it's just me. But when
it's just me doing
you got a family, when you got a family, you really have to take finances serious. For me, I have to take it serious because I have to make sure that we are able to provide for our kids, not just here, but even when we're gone. We didn't know anything about that in the beginning, you guys. And then what made it even kind of difficult, when we had our first child, we got into a lot of debt from the medical bills. We weren't ready for that. We weren't expecting that. Like we had no clue. Like, oh my gosh, what the heck is this? We in all this debt. From having a child,
from having
a family, and it's like, oh my gosh. But you know, for me, like I regret that I didn't know about finances and things, and I know, like it's like, you know, if I could go back, that's something that I would change. Right. I wish I was more, you know, financially prepared and financially ready to have a child, because it's so much when it comes to having a family that you have to know. And we didn't know it when we first started our family. Yeah,
we didn't know. And like he said, there's so much more that we didn't learn. And like even still now, we still don't know it all. We're still learning, and we're still like growing in it. But you know, like we're still learning. So another thing I would say is just we didn't like have ourselves together, like individually. And even for our marriage, I would say like we didn't have ourselves. Like I didn't know like all the things of what I wanted or how I wanted everything to be and function and stuff for myself, and then for you too. But like with careers, as far as career goes, like I was in school, I was in college at the time when I was pregnant with Samson, and in my brain I'm thinking, oh yeah, I'm gonna continue to go to school and stuff. But then we ended up dropping out because like even during that time, life was just crazy. Yeah, life got hard. It was wild. So we just like let go of college, and still to this day we have not been back to college, even though it's a desire of ours. But you know, that's just one of the things. It's like, man, you just sometimes, I'm not speaking for every parent or everybody, every family, because everybody's family structures are different. But for us, we had to give up a lot, like as far as individuals, and even with our marriage, like I was mentioning, we didn't have time to like travel or do the things that we like thought that we wanted to do, that we really wanted to do. We didn't get the time to do it because we were like, oh yeah, let's just start a family, let's just do this instead. And we're thinking like we could still do different things and stuff, but for us it was very different.
Yeah, it was very different because, you know, for us, and we're talking just remember we're talking about like our perspective right here, because what we thought was we're gonna have a child and we're gonna move forward in life and continue growing. Like we're gonna grow, you know, as a family together in my career, in her career, in my education, in her education, and the child, like we'll just work it out together. But that, like, hey, and this is God. God plays a part in it, because, you know, it says, hey, many are the plans in a man's heart, but the Lord directs their steps. You know, the Lord is the one that directs their steps. And in this situation, I see how that is true, because we had a lot of plans, right? That she had plans for herself and her life, going to be a nurse, and I had my plans on being a professional athlete. I wanted to go to the NFL. Like, that was my goal. That was my life's goal, you guys. When I say I dedicated so much of my life to being as best as I can be as a football player, for real. But then it's like, you know, we had these plans, but then God was like, no, I got another plan for you guys. I have another purpose for you guys. And that came from us having our child. And so when we had our child, you know, it didn't go the way we wanted, because we had a special needs child, which required more. And that's even one thing, you know, when it came to having a family, it didn't necessarily cross our mind, but to whom much is given, much is required. So whatever if you're going to be getting something more, like especially even starting a family, it's going to be more that's required from you, Josh, and more that's required from you, Crystal. And for us, it was a whole lot required because of our first child having special needs. And so we had that whole plan, you guys, of how we wanted things to go. And then we quickly realized, you guys, you got to make a sacrifice. You got to cut your, like, whatever you want in your life, Josh, whatever you want in your life, Crystal, is, I ain't gonna say it's over with, but for right now, it's a done deal. Over. Your kid needs you. Your child needs you. And I did not know that my child was going to need me the way that he needed me. And he's been needing me, and even still now. I just didn't know that, like, this is what having a family, this is what me and my family was going to be required to do.
Exactly. And I definitely agree. And I feel like that goes with even something else I was going to say, which was we had to settle down. And that's like the complete opposite. Like when you were saying, like we were thinking we just going to go up and up and up with our kid and even have more kids. Like this is before all three kids. We thinking we going to have a kid and probably have another one, but we're still going to be growing up and up and up. But the opposite happened. We had to settle down, and our minds were not even thinking of like having a family for us. Having a family means settling down. Like we're thinking we're just gonna keep on going and going and going, but it requires so much from us to where we have to be settled. It was just like huge, just like a reality check of, man, you can't just go out and just be doing whatever you want to do now. Like you really gotta structure things. You can't just jump up. Like it's, you know, before we had kids, we could just jump up and go on a date if we wanted to, but like things change and things turn around. You gotta literally plan everything out when it comes to having a family.
And you know, that play, like when it comes to planning things out, me and Krista didn't even think that, you know, like we didn't even think that we would literally have to plan things out. But you guys, we're going to let you in on something new as well. So for me and Krista, you guys, for the past few years that we've been married, and we've been married going on 7 years, and we had a family now going on 6 years, right? The majority, and I probably mean like 99.9% of the time, you guys, it's getting better now, you guys, but we sacrificed our entire lives for our son. And the reason why we sacrificed our entire lives for our son is we had a lot of things that we had to figure out with him having the condition that he had, brittle bone disease. It was even hard to just let anybody watch our child. And so like we were always scared. Like it was very scary for us to let people watch our kid, because we didn't want no one to hurt him. And like in the beginning, like we would let some people watch him or hold him. Samson would get hurt, and that hurt our heart so bad. And like, but even in the beginning, the condition that Samson was in, he was not in a good condition either.
It was really traumatic.
And so like for the first year, we were really on the edge. You know, we were really on the edge. Like nobody could hold him. You know, we was and on the edge. Like. And so, you know, that affected our marriage, and that even affected us as a family, because because that affected our whole entire life, because we even had the idea before having Samson, like our thing was after we have him, you gonna stay out for a little bit, you gonna go back to work. I'm gonna go back to work regularly, and we gonna work it out. I might have to work in the daytime, you might have to work at night, they could go to daycare, or let somebody watch it. But everything changed because like he not going to daycare.
Nobody watching him.
We ain't trusting nobody with our child because he can get hurt so easily. Mm-hmm. And I don't want to do that to nobody. That's how things were. And so for the past 5 years, Crystal has been a stay-at-home mom, you guys. And I've been the one who's just been working my tail off, like just to take care of my family, because we had to find that balance. And for us, what worked for our family is Crystal being home, making sure that Samson is taken care of and getting the care that he need with therapy and all of that stuff. So it's like with what he need, Crystal got to be here for him, And for me, what I have to adjust to is, Josh, Crystal ain't never going back to work, bro. She ain't never, and I ain't gonna say never going back to work, because we have tried, but it just haven't worked out yet. Really? But we'll see. That's something that we're still working on, trying to figure out, how to make life better, to where like,
so it could be like more of a balance.
Yeah, more of a balance, between family and marriage and individual. I need to have my time. Crystal need to have her time. And also
working.
Yeah, like we got, we're still figuring out this whole balance in our life, but that's what happened by us starting a family so young. It's a lot of things that weren't in place that need to be in place.
True.
So like for this whole time, like how me and Crystal are, we literally feel like we just been playing catch up. Like that's how it's been.
Yeah, like it's like we think that we're so behind.
Yeah.
So like we're trying to catch up because we didn't have these things in order first, and so now we're just trying to get to where we thought or where we think we should have been, or just having those different types of feelings and thoughts. But I mean, of course, to each his own. To everybody's life is different. So how our life turned out is exactly where it's supposed to be, because that's how God wanted it. Like he orchestrated everything how it's supposed to be. So just because we think like, oh, we should have started later, basically that's kind of the gist of what we're saying. It's like we think that if we would have started later, then maybe things would be different. But God's plan is God's plan, and this is exactly how he wanted it to be. So either way, we're grateful, but we did just want to share that with you guys.
Yeah, because man, like having a family is huge. Like it is super, super huge. Like, like marriage is huge.
It's huge
finding that person who you're gonna be with for the rest of your life is super, super, super important. But then like other than that, it's like, when you start a family, well, that's how it starts. You gotta make sure that the person that you find is the right one.
Yeah.
Like Krista right here, she my ride or die, y'all. And I know like as a family, and this is why I just thank God. Like God knew, like me and Chris, like God put us together, and I'm glad that he put us together. Like all the stuff like that we've been through, Crystal been here as my wife, you guys, and she's been by my side. Even if you married, just make sure you got the right one. That y'all can do this together, because literally what I've known and what I've learned when it comes to family, the most important thing in having a family, raising kids, you guys, having a family is sacrifice. That's even important in marriage. Like that's important in life, is sacrifice. If you want to start a family, you're thinking of starting a family, or if you already have a family, just always have it on your mind that with family equals sacrifice. You gotta be willing to make the sacrifices that needs to be made for your family. And that's super, super huge. And the next thing, like other than just finding the right partner and knowing like, hey, sacrifices will have to be made. The next advice that I just want to give somebody about family is don't be so hard on yourself, because it's a lot of things that you're not gonna know. It's a lot of things that you're not gonna know. But as long as you are willing to put in the work, as long as you are willing to grow and to learn, you are going to be fine. Like you're going to be fine. Even if you have no clue what the heck you doing, you're going to be fine as long as you're willing to make the sacrifices. You got that right partner, the one that you started the family with, and also you got a growing heart. You got a growing spirit. Like you want to grow and you want to learn. trust me, you're going to make it.
So we hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Let us know what you think in the comments about this video, this topic, and let us know, share some insights with us, and also just comment if you made it this far, because I know this is a long video.
Yeah, this is a long video, you guys, but it's a lot of important stuff.
It is a lot of important
And if y'all have a family, so we're totally Tates, we're the Tate family, you guys. Go ahead and comment down your family name. If you're the Smiths, if you're the Clements,
the
go
Joneses.
ahead and the Joneses, whatever your family name is, go ahead and put blank family so we can see all those beautiful families out here, because families make up society, you guys.
Oh, yes, we do.
Yes, they do.
So thank you guys so much for tuning in, and we will see you guys in the next video.
Peace out.
Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel.
Welcome to our channel, you guys.
Tates.
Totally Tates. I'm Joshua.